you are than I am.
Hey.
Good? I'm good. Good evening and welcome to this round 3 clash of state champ women between the Camberwell Dragons and the Bellarine Storm. My name is Hugh Moore. I'm here with the Youth League Women's 2023, Youth League Division 2 Women's Coach of the Year, Dave Smith. Dave, welcome to the commentary box.
Thanks, Hugh. Should be a good night here. Got the women playing tonight and then the men playing straight afterwards. Should be a good doubleheader.
Yes, but obviously the Bellarine Storm first 2 games this season have got an even split. Won the first one.
Be a good signing tonight in terms of putting in on the team.
And then obviously the other one, spending time with both NBL Central and South, Georgia Fagan. She spent 2022 in the Central League with the Woodville Warriors and then signed with Hobart Chargers in 2023. Obviously, how's she gone the past few games, Dave?
Some big outings, so 11 points, rebounds, 2 steals against Pakenham, and 5 points, 9 rebounds, so handy on the boards in game 1.
And then obviously for the Storm, a couple of big pickups for these guys in the off-season with Courtney Strait coming from a rival. I believe twice last year she had over 30 points against these girls in Div 1. So Tim Sanderson went, well, if you can't beat them, they're coming to us.
That's it. Can't beat them, sign them.
And then obviously the signing of Bridget Retstadt, the big, who over the first few games has showed why she may be one of the best players in the league this year.
Yeah, I mean, the height, the length, the pace, her finishing ability and her outside perimeter shooting is dangerous. So I think it'll be a challenge tonight for Camberwell as to how they cover her.
Yeah, and it'll be, we saw against the Wyndham Basketball Club, they struggled to contain her a little bit, and I didn't go to the Sunbury game, but from what I heard, she was just lights out from the field. I believe shooting might have been 6 from 7 from the field.
Yeah, she had a day out on last Sunday. Be interesting to see how she goes tonight in terms of backing up again.
Correct, but as we get closer to tip-off, we'll go quickly through our starting lineups. For the Storm, it will be number 3, Chantal Hall, number 8, Olivia Vert, number 21, Bridget Retstadt, number 23, Courtney Strait, and rounding out the Storm at point guard, number 35, George Varley, and for the Dragons, number 1, Anna Burrows, number 2, Lauren Moran, number 4, Eleni Valos, number 21, Rachel Smith, and number 34, Emily Whitehouse. So just about to tip off here. Make sure you stick around after this game as we have a state champ men's game on as well. But don't go anywhere as we get close to tip off. Dave, what's the key for the Storm, for the Dragons to get out to a good start for this one?
I think it's on tempo. You want to really set the tone early. You want to keep the Bellarine Storm under control in terms of getting them out in the lanes and making them actually accountable for the way that they play. I think from Bellarine's point of view is they just want to run the game. They want to push it up the tempo, be aggressive on D and really come out firing.
Yeah, so as we just wait for confirmation from the refs. Camberwell win the jump, and straight away Whitehouse gets into the offense. Kicks it to Smith, who finds Burrows. Late in the shot clock, Velos from almost the quarter. Ball will be going towards Camberwell. A little bit of applied pressure here by the Storm. Whitehouse kicks it to Velos, to Moran, and back to Velos. Nice little dump in to Smith, who finds Moran. Can't connect on anything. Or with the rebound. Red start to Varley. Varley can't convert, and so it'll be a Camberwell ball. Both teams looking to go through their offenses early. More so the Dragons.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of nerves in terms of starting the last first minute, so hopefully they can settle early and get things moving.
As we've just got a quick substitution here, I believe it might be a opens Camberwell scoring account. Varley kicks it to Hall. Back to Varley. Looks middle. Tries to go over the top, can't convert. Good defense there by Eleni Velos. Whitehouse again. Being a bit of a floor general at the moment. Kicks it to Moran, who finds Velos. To Burrows. Whitehouse goes to the middle, spins. Can't get the roll. Camberwell come up with the rebound. Bad pass. Varley gets bumped from behind. It'll stay with Camberwell. Obviously, Bellarine still yet to score, but taking the right shots.
Yeah, and pushing the tempo. So I think it doesn't matter of time before that first bucket's come.
Bellarine to inbound. Vert finds straight. Catches it straight away. Can't convert. And so...
That's horrible, Hugh.
Got to come up with... Got to make it some sort of fun. As Velos drives on Vert. Little dump off Moran. So Burrows picks up the scraps. And just a little bit of a brain fade there for Burrows. Saw something she might not have been there. Varley kicks it to Armstrong, to Vert. Guarded by Burrows. Straight. Barrett bounce pass. Varley ends up with it. Nice little spin move baseline. Finds Armstrong in the corner. Off the front of the iron. Offensive rebound. Nice little dish there from straight to Varley. And Varley will head to the free throw line for two. The foul will be ball, sorry. Again, be another foul. Number 21, Rachel Smith. Chantal Hall obviously had a bit of a bad run with injuries. over the past few years, but it's finally in a good spot and it's playing some very good basketball.
Yeah, looking strong and dominant inside, which is definitely what we needed in terms of inclusion for forwards this year. Nice to have her back.
Yes, very nice. Makes the first. Obviously handy to have such an experienced player in your first year in championship as she converts both free throws. And it is 3-all. Just under 7 minutes to go. Pass in to Smith, who kicks it to Valos, who hits the step inside the three-point line. Checks out. Osborne checks in. For the Storm. Hall with a nice cut.
Nice
Opens
finish.
her scoring out for the night.
It's a nice finish on that one. Yeah.
Whitehouse kicks to Smith, guarded closely by Hall to Burrows. Back to Whitehouse. come up with a rebound. Pickering gets just
picked their pocket.
covered by Retstadt. Kicks it to Osborne, to Crombie, to Varley. Back to Osborne. Finds a gap. Nice little floater off the top of the glass. And the Storm put together a nice little 5-0 run.
It'll be interesting to see what the next play brings in terms of if Bellarine get another one here in terms of it, you'd be expecting a timeout to come pretty quickly from Camberwell's point of view.
As Smith kicks it to Valos, who goes through the middle, clogged up, manages to draw a foul. The foul will be on number 21. Bridget Retstadt. That'll be her second personal for the game. Mass substitution here for the Dragons. Patton, Pickering and Smith checking out, and Jade Knight.
Yeah, interesting decision to go 3 on, 3 off in terms of it. Like momentum change, you're normally going 1 or 2, so 3 is obviously a drastic change and trying to save that timeout.
Correct, and obviously 2 of those players getting their first minutes in Rebecca Horvat and Jade Knight. But as Eleni Valos goes 1 from 2 from the free throw line, so back to a 4-point game. Just over a minute and a half gone. Varley finds Crombie into Retstadt. Got the mismatch. Finds Osborne on the opposite corner. Retstadt. 3. Off the back iron. Howard with the rebound. Couldn't control. And Camberwell come up with the rebound. Valos gets bumped on the layup. And she'll head to the line for 2. Foul will be on number 24. Jamie Crombie. That'll be her first personal. So the Dragons doing a pretty good job on D at the moment, just sort of taking away the drives and the post catches for the Storm.
Yeah, so the adjustment's been made, obviously. It'll be interesting to see how Bellarine responds, obviously, with what they've done here and pushing the tempo more. It seems like they got a bit flat and a bit quiet.
Valos goes 1 from 2 again. She's up to 6 points. Margin back down to 3. Varley receives a high screen from Howard, gives her some space to work with. Howard at the top to Retstadt, to Crombie. Rip baseline, pull up, jumper. Gets the unlucky roll.
Yes, Howard did well to get through that one, get a hand on that one.
So it'll go Camberwell's way. Burrows will check in. And Eleni Valos will check out. And so just over 2 minutes gone. Whitehouse hands it off to Moran, who finds Knight, kicks it out to Whitehouse.
Cool.
Again, Whitehouse with another 3. So,
and the turnover 2 straight away, so the pressure's lifted.
As we'll have a travel. So Emily Whitehouse currently doing it on both ends. 9 points, 3 threes, with a rebound and a steal, but it'll stay with Bellarine. So 14 seconds. Varley to inbound. Finds Howard on the high post. Howard kicks it out to Osborne. Catch, shoot. Off the front iron. Knight comes over the top and taps it out. Substitution for the Storm. Crombie and Osborne out. Straight and Vert in. So Bellarine going with a little bit of a bigger lineup at the moment.
Yeah, I think just trying to stem the outside scoring opportunities that Camberwell have got at the moment. So obviously their 3-point shooting is going really well. They want to try and get a bit of height and a bit of hand in face on those shots.
Varley puts some moves on Whitehouse with a nice little dish into Howard. Can't convert. They fight for the rebound, but Camberwell comes up. Knight pushing the floor. Bails out. Whitehouse closely guarded by Varley. Great defense. Ball runs across the top of the fingertips, and it'll stay with the Dragons. Knight to pass it in. Finds Whitehouse. Closely guarded by Vert.
Well, nicely done in terms of
Tangled
forcing that one.
up, and it'll be a jump ball. So at the moment, just Whitehouse trying to force it a little bit at the moment. So obviously still 22 all. 3 minutes gone here in the second. Knight finds Moran on the post. Low block, can't convert, straight with the rebound to Howard, to Varley. Closely guarded by Knight. Varley got some room to work with, finds Vert with the dish.
Read that well.
Not enough power, so Whitehouse with the steal to Knight. Back to Whitehouse. To Burrows. Guarded by Straight. Into Horvat. She can't convert, and it's a bit of a tussle under the ring. Retstat comes up with the rebound. Showing off the point guard skills. Finds Vert. Extra pass. Skip back to Varley. Varley with the spin move and the dish to Howard.
Nice.
Wow. Georgia Varley showing the vision. And Lucy Howard opens her scoring account for the night.
Yeah, great dish from Valley there, though, to find that dump through. Draw the D, make the pass.
Knight
Ooh.
gets bumped by Verts. Closely guarded. Could have been a travel. And the ball is in contest. Vert loses control.
Oh, unlucky there, unlucky.
And it'll be a double dribble. So Camberwell will have the ball. Moran will check out. Scott will check it back in for the Dragons. And we'll see Armstrong and Hall for the Storm check in. And I believe it was Osborne and Retstat for the Storm.
Yep. Howard.
Great
and
cut there by Whitehouse. Can't convert. So the Storm with a 2-point lead into Hall. Got bumped. Backs down Scott. Goes over the top. Can't get it to roll, and the foul will be on number 11, Zoe Scott.
Experiencing the strength there from Hall.
That'll be her first. So Chantal Hall makes it first. Obviously known for her smooth little pull-up jumper, but known for going inside as well. As she converts both the free throws and gives the Storm a 4-point lead halfway through the second. Whitehouse kicks to Scott, who throws just a wayward pass into the key, which Hall picks up and shows off the point guard moves. Finds Straight, catches on the run to Vert, back to Armstrong, to Varley. Storm moving the ball. Hall fighting under the ring with Whitehouse. And the foul will be on at number 34. Emily Whitehouse. That'll be her first personal. So a little bit of a push and shove under the ring. But you get that in the close games. Substitution as well for the Dragons. Knight checks out. And Velos checks in. Varley
Can't give her that much space from there.
opens up her scoring, up to 4 points. Little fun fact for you, Dave. Only one player for the Storm hasn't scored yet in number 8, Olivia Vert. I'm sure that will change very quickly. As great defense there by Chantal Hall just to get the stop on Victoria Sumskis. Varley, 4 points to her name, finds Hall, who goes downhill, gets bumped. Vert.
Oh, like she heard you, mate.
Ears must have been hot. And so she opens her scoring count, and every Storm player has scored. So Whitehouse to Scott, who has a gap, finds Burrows. Back to Whitehouse. High screen.
Can't go under that.
Whitehouse. Nice little dish to Scott, who gets it too hard off the backboard. Hall runs the floor, finds Vert. Back in the Hall. Great defense there by Burrows to pick it off. So a little bit of a tempo change, but the Storm with a comfortable 10-point lead. Scott, guarded by Straight. Kicks it to Whitehouse. Burrows with the baseline drive, goes over the top of Hall. And it'll be a foul on number 3, Chantal Hall. That'll be her second personal, and we will have a timeout for the Storm. So Bellarine currently up by 10 points. Obviously, Chantal Hall leading the way. 8 points, 2 rebounds, 2 steals, and a block. But Emily Whitehouse, the current threat for the Storm at the moment. 9 points, 3 threes with 2 steals. So obviously, if you're with Coach Sanderson, you said before they ran a high screen with Zoe Scott at the top and they went under. Obviously, probably not the best thing to do against a 3 from 4 shooter. But what's the key to slowing her down?
Run her off the line, make her get inside in terms of it. You saw before a couple of plays beforehand where she was over-dribbling things and trying to get inside and force her way. So keep her off the three-point line. Definitely don't go under screens and give her what she's already hit 3 of them. Like, you got the hot hand in terms of it. She's going to go heat check pretty soon. So just hard D in terms of it and make her actually put the ball on the floor.
And it just shows this Bellarine Storm team, only one player above 4 points in being Chantal Hall. Everyone else under that. So a very even scoring attack here for the Storm, which just shows that anyone on Coach Sanderson's team can be a threat. But as we check into the game, 3.5 minutes to go. Anna Burrows at the line for 2. Misses the first. She's got 4 points to her name. 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block. 1 assist, 1 steal, sorry. Can't make the second. So the Dragons struggling with free throws at the moment. Up to 2 from 8. The Storm. Armstrong left wide open. Vert through the middle. Kicks it out to Armstrong. Extra to Straight. Great ball movement there by the Storm. And Courtney Straight almost prays to the gods and says, thank you.
He obviously didn't feel good out of the hands when she shot it, but shoot. Gets the roll.
Correct. Up to 6 points. Burrows finds Valos to Smith, who kicks it to Burrows. Whitehouse got the gap.
That's the one you can't give.
Off the back iron. It'll be a Storm ball. So the Storm really starting to take control of this game. Not doing it in an obvious way as such. Sort of just low-lying, not really making it obvious, as Hall finds Vert, who drives to the ring, tries to dishes it off to Armstrong, but gets smothered. And Whitehouse comes up with the ball, looking to push the floor. Kicks it to Moran. Back to Whitehouse. Nice little spin move to Valos late in the shot clock. 7 seconds. Into Moran. Vert got a bit ambitious there. That'll be her first personal. We'll see a substitution here for the Storm as well.
I think she did well to get in front of that. Like, it's hard as a guard to defend inside, particularly being sealed by someone that's a little bit bigger and a bit stronger in terms of there. So I think she did well to get in front of that and get a hand on it to stop what would have been an easy 2.
And Coach Sanderson will give her a break, and we'll see Olivia Osborne check in. And we'll have a rare 5-second violation. So Bellarine Storm have a chance to extend their lead. Osborne kicks it into Hall. Finds Osborne. Skip past to Varley. Catches. Can't connect on anything. Armstrong kicks it straight to Moran. And the Dragons. A little bit of applied pressure. Just get it over. Valos into Moran. Puts some moves on Osborne. And she'll head to the line for 2. Foul be on it. Number 11, Olivia Osborne. Her first personal. 15 foul. And we'll see Lenny Patton check in for Emily Whitehouse for the Dragons. We obviously saw Lenny Patton get a nice little first quarter buzzer beater 3. So as Moran makes the first, misses the second, and Hall comes up with the rebound. Osborne finds straight to Varley. Receives a screen from Armstrong. Armstrong looks to go baseline, gets the gap.
Oh.
Nice little finger roll. And the Storm out to a 14-point lead.
The length, the pace, the ability to finish under pressure.
Obviously Charlotte Armstrong, New Zealand national.
Been in for a couple of years playing with the Storm.
It's great D by Chantal Hall. Burrows comes up with it. Valos finds Patton. Wide open again. Can't get the shooter's roll. So Hall comes up with the rebound. Varley looks to slow the pace. 45 seconds left in the first half. Patton, close defense here on Varley. Finds Osborne to Armstrong. Using her speed again.
That first step is dangerous. You can't give her that catch, that rip.
As Moran got beaten and played defense from behind, so she'll get her second personal, sending Armstrong to the free throw line for 2. Armstrong up to 5 points before this. Misses the first. Makes the second, up to 6 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists as well. Patton, kick ahead pass to Moran. Finds Valos to Burrows, who rips baseline, closely guarded by Straight. Finds Patton, gets a step on Osborne, little floater. Unlucky bounce. Armstrong with the rebound. The Storm will get the last shot of the quarter here. Armstrong to Varley. Just looks at the clock, reassesses.
Yep.
Varley, late in the clock, attacks the rim, gets around number 1, Anna Burrows. So she'll get the foul. That'll be her first personal, sending Georgia Varley to the line. 4.5 seconds left, so still plenty of time for the Dragons to get a shot off.
Yeah, Coach Sanderson's just sent Hall and Armstrong back just to protect that last shot.
As Varley makes the first. So you'll look to see Camberwell push the floor here. Varley makes a second. They'll look to get it out quickly. Patton kicks it ahead to Moran, catches it over the back of the backboard, and that'll be half-time with the Bellarine Storm comfortably up by 17 points, 40-23. Obviously, close start, first quarter, 17 all, and then the Storm just put the foot down and went, nah, this is our game.
Yeah, 23-6 second quarter. It's a bit of a dominant performance from Bellarine's point of view. I think it's probably just coming out of quarter time and reassuring that what they do when they do it at their best is hard to stop, and we've seen that.
And it's obviously an even scoring spread for the Storm. Chantal Hall leading the way at the moment. 8 points, 5 rebounds, 2 steals. Closely followed by the trio of Armstrong, Varley and Straight, all with 6 points. George Varley stuffing the stat sheet at the moment. 6 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. And for the Camberwell Dragons, Emily Whitehouse, 9 points of her own with 3 steals. Closely followed by Emily Valos with 6 points, rebound and an assist. But as we head into the halftime break, don't go anywhere, as we will be back in just over 9 minutes to start this second half of round 3 BigV basketball.
They can play anyone off their bench. Yeah.
Yes, look.
They're going off.
Look.
The guy probably can coach.
Oh, he can coach, that's for sure. And I'm considering he's got Ducky in there.
Ducky and Sharpie on there, yeah. Got some
Yeah,
missing.
it's charging.
Are we muted?
Yeah, I think so. Are we muted, Saxon?
Is there volume going in?
Okay. Hey. Can we get me some food? I'm hungry. I don't know.
What are we doing for food?
Oh yeah, are you going to do food?
Should we go get some? What's the score? I haven't even watched the game. How's the game?
First quarter was arm wrestle.
Huh?
Second quarter was literally Camberwell going, we're going to do shit, and Bellarine just gone bang, 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 bang.
1 from 10.
Like, everyone scored in that quarter. To the point of just going, everyone's moving the ball, everyone's taking shots. But there's no fight, so they're literally down a guard rotation from Camberwell's point of view.
They don't have fun.
Hi. Hi.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Hey.
Is it fun?
It's alright.
Can I get on the mic?
It was a little bit to start with.
Is it first time?
What do you
Yeah.
feel like?
Oh, nice.
He's doing all the talking, which is kind of good, because he does it anyway.
What if you like talk over each other? It's because he's a rapper.
First one to stop, pretty much.
Okay, go get your food, guys.
That's scary. This is real complicated.
It is.
Not really.
No, I'll just wait till Jenny probably comes out and I'll go stress him out.
You want food?
Yes, please.
What do you want?
What are you getting?
We're not hungry, but I can go get your food. Do you want to go get like 2 pizzas and we share them? Done.
Yeah, done.
I'm happy with whatever flavour.
Where from? BigV?
Yeah.
Yeah, like do some garlic bread as well.
Do what you last time, like, get the garlic
bread
pizza.
and put in his face in the next game with garlic.
Yeah, true, good point. No garlic bread.
What pizza do we want?
Yeah, that tongue cheese, that's good.
Meat lovers.
Yeah, hang around with those.
Good, Saxon Howard. Good evening and welcome back to this round 3 match between the Bellarine Storm and the Camberwell Dragons. It is the Bellarine Storm with a commanding lead over the Dragons at the moment, 40-23. It's a very interesting first half. We obviously saw a bit of an arm wrestle between both teams. Obviously 17-all at quarter time, but then the Storm just put the foot to the pedal and came out with a 23-6 second quarter.
Yeah, I think from Bellarine's point of view, they let the ball do the talking and moved it quite well in the second quarter, which is why it's showing on the scoreboard. Camberwell's point of view, it kind of felt like they were trying to force things themselves, so it'll be interesting to see how they come out of at a half-time break, having had that 10-minute chat in terms of refocusing and how they go after Bellarine from here.
And we obviously saw Emily Whitehouse, the big three-point shooter for the Dragons. Obviously went a bit quiet in the second quarter, but she'll look to try and chip away at this lead here that the Bellarine Storm have. But
I think the big question is who goes with her, so who helps her to get off the ball to actually get that shot happening again. You know, it's easy to try and do it by yourself, but it's a lot easier if you've got 1 or 2 going with you to move the ball for you.
yeah, and we obviously saw a few high screens for her, and the Storm just going under it a couple of times, which gave her plenty of room. So it'll be interesting to see how Coach Sanderson and his athletes guard that. But with 45 seconds to go until the second half,
I think the first few minutes coming out of halftime is going to be the telltale in terms of setting tempo and momentum for the rest of the game. You obviously want to come out and you really want to set your dominance early. So Bellarine will look to push on what they did in the second quarter. Camberwell will look to try and get a bit of a shock factor and try and cause that early timeout from Coach Sanderson.
Yeah, and obviously still another half to go. 17 points. Not a big margin, but obviously still nothing comfortable. Never be comfortable here in BigV basketball. Anything can happen. So lineups for the start of the second half: Varley, Vert, Straight, Redstadt, and Hall. And for the Dragons, Whitehouse, Burrows, Moran, Velos, and Sunskis. So as we look to just get the all clear from the refs, Bellarine will start. Varley to inbound. Vert in control, kicks it to Straight, who gets smothered by Velos. And an early quick foul. Eleni Velos. That will be her first personal, first team. So Bellarine in their front court. Vert finds Straight. Closely guarded by Velos. Great screen there by Hall. Kicks it out. Hall, pop, stop. Can't convert. Great rebound there by Sumskis.
Yeah, favourite mid-range jumper there. Unlucky not to get it as drop. It's dangerous if she gets going on that one.
Whitehouse looking to continue her scoring. Finds the cutting Velos, who finds the cutting Sumskis. And Sumskis can't control, so Vert looking to push the floor. Straight into Redstadt. Goes to work on Moran.
Oh.
Nice little up, under, and converts it. And that'll send Redstadt to the line for one more. Foul will be on number 2, Lauren Moran. And just Redstadt just showing the strength and the strength and the length there with a nice little up and under finish.
It's that first step, though, is the dangerous part. You let her get that going and anything can happen.
As she gets up to 7 points for the game, so starting to warm up. Out to a 20-point lead now, into Sumskis. Stuck on the block, finds Velos, who tries to go baseline, back to Sumskis. Throws it up and gets it in. So the Dragons open up their scoring account for the second half. Straight, putting the moves on Velos. Kicks it to Varley. To Vert. Rip drive. Around Scott, around Burrows. Into Hall. Spin move, step through. Chantal Hall with the silky step through. Gets her up to double digits.
It's a clinic.
Moran to Burrows. To Whitehouse. Into Moran. Camberwell moving the ball. Velos tried to attack middle but was swarmed by players. Redstadt with the steal. Vert. Kicks it to Straight. Catches, shoots. Off the back iron. Whitehouse with the rebound. Kicks it to Moran. High screen. Nice little double there by Sanderson's athletes, which will force a turnover. So Bellarine will get the ball. Substitution for the Dragons. Number 11, Zoe Scott checking in for number 2, Laura Moran. So the Dragons looking to go with some height here. Obviously to match that of Straight, Armstrong, Straight, Hall, and Redstadt. Varley wide open. You can't do that. Georgia Varley makes the Dragons pay. And she's up to 9 points for the game. Burrows, been quiet so far. Velos, nice little short corner jumper. Still a 21-point lead for the Storm. Redstadt at the top. Varley dishes it to Hall. Great court vision there by Georgia Varley, just showing off the passing ability.
Campbell going with adjustment there on the player not going under for Varley, and that's what happens when you do.
As Varley guards Valos. Scott to Valos, lets it fly. Gets the shooter's roll. And so Valos up to 12 points for the game. Varley kicks it to Retstadt, who just beats straight, goes diving into the baseline. And Scott will get the foul. That'll be her second personal substitution for the Dragons. Number 40, Emily Pickering coming in, as well as number 14, Victoria Sumskis. And we'll see Rebecca Horvath and Zoe Scott checking out. Straight to Varley. Kicks it out to Vert, catches. Goes long. Hall somehow comes up with a rebound. Retstadt over the top of everyone. Just forces her way through. And Retstadt at the moment is everywhere.
Yeah, I think the above rim protection in terms of that rebounding stuff and the ability to step through finishing. Had 3 Camberwell players hanging off her on that one, so hopefully she can reward it with the May 2 free throws from here.
Retstadt makes the first. Obviously, hadn't played basketball for, I believe it was almost 12 months. With a pretty serious knee injury. So Sanderson took the risk, and it's obviously paying off so far as she converts a second. So, but obviously hadn't played much basketball in a year, and Sanderson saw something in her as Whitehouse forces the pass. Storm come up with a steal. So we see Retstadt dish it into Hall. Come convert. Obviously took the risk on Retstadt. Saw the college highlights and played a little bit of pro basketball in Greece. But obviously a very good pickup.
Absolutely. Coming back from an knee injury, done a lot of the rehab work with the pro teams over in Europe. Obviously, it's showing here in terms of putting the work in and that knee being strong.
Yeah.
Going from strength to strength. So I think the more we see of her, the more dangerous it's going to become.
As Hall goes 2 from 2 from the free throw line. She's up to 14 points. Camberwell moving the ball. Burrows gets the drive. She's going a bit too fast for her own feet. Couldn't convert, so Vert pushing the floor, finds Hall, who's just running the floor, up to 16 points for the game. So Chantal Hall starting to take over, and the Storm just extend their lead out to 26.
Interesting, Coach Sanderson's here gone with a 1-3-1 zone to try and mix things up a bit. Try and force things out of the paint and be a bit of a disruptive in terms of the way they play it.
So Camberwell struggling to find a shot. Whitehouse smothered by Straight. And Sumskis was wide open but lost control. Regains control, own rebound. Had 2 goes at it but couldn't convert. So the Bellarine Storm will look to make them pay and continue to expand their lead. Straight finds Vert, who gets the first step on Scott, on Burrows. Retstadt steps back off the front of the ring. No luck. Pickering kicks to Moran. Retstadt gets it over the top. Great hustle there by Varley. Vert kicks it back to Varley. Varley goes to the middle, pull up. Didn't look like she wanted to shoot it.
Like Hall might have picked up a bit of injury there.
Yeah,
labouring a little bit.
Did notice that.
Might have been an ankle or a knee clash.
Personal foul on number 21, Bridget Retstadt. That'll be her. We'll wait to see as we'll have
moving all right. Might have been a bit of a stinger.
Have a timeout for the Dragons, but obviously we saw Chantal Hall receive a bit of a stinger, but she looks to be all right. We'll keep an eye on that. That will be Bridget Redstadt's 3rd personal. But 4.5 minutes to go here in this 3rd quarter, and the Bellarine Storm comfortably with a 26-point lead. Obviously, if you're Camberwell, what's the play for the rest of the game? Obviously, a bit of a tough one for the rest of the game. What's the go coming from a experienced coach like yourself?
It looks like offensively they got a bit of sticky ball syndrome where they're catching it, taking a bit too long to see what's going through. Cutters aren't moving hard enough in terms of it. I think it's just get back to your basics and what you do. obviously every coach has got a player they run against his own. It's recognising it, it's moving, it's executing, and on the defensive end of keeping Hall out of the paint and being aggressive and trying to be disruptive of what you do.
And if you coach Sanderson, what's the plan of attack? Do you get some minutes through the... Obviously, Coach Sanderson doesn't really have a back of the bench. He obviously goes deep through his bench with the least minutes being played, obviously 6 minutes. So Coach Sanderson using his whole bench across the game. So what's the play for him for the rest of this game?
Don't drop the tempo. Just keep doing what you do. Don't relax in terms of it. As you said earlier on, there's no safe number when it comes to this level of basketball. It's you keep pushing, keep doing what you do. Execute the detail. You don't slip on anything.
There's Pickering, misses her three-point attempt. Crombie kicks to Vert. Great defense here by the Dragons, but that left Retstad open. Off the front iron, couldn't convert, and so Valos pushing the floor. Kicks it to Pickering. Pops, stops. No luck. Varley comes up with a rebound, gets bumped. Finds Crombie, who kicks it to Vert. Retstad, Varley to Crombie. Ball movement here by the Storm. Vert left wide open. Catch, shoot, long. Retstad somehow
read it well.
come from the top opposite block elbow. Got the rebound, and she'll go to the line for two. Foul will be on number 11, Zoe Scott.
It's almost as if she read that off Verdi's hands in terms of the way that that shot of actually going a little bit long in terms of it, the hard board and the finish on that. So it's experience in terms of playing at a higher level. It's dangerous. Like you got to stop her on boards.
So Vert will have a break. Osborne will come back in. As Retstad up to double figures now. Along to go along with 3 rebounds and 5 steals. Up to 11 points, so having a nice game for herself. Knight. Kicks to Valos, kicks to Scott. Guarded by Retstad.
Oh,
Nice screen there by Valos, but Retstad
Another
comes
steal.
up with another steal. Up to 6. So foul is on at number 14. Victoria Sumskis. Obviously, Bellarine are in the bonus. So Retstad will go back to the line. Up to 6 steals. 12 points. So Bridget Retstad starting to take control of this game as it's out to a 30-point lead for the Storm. Valos kicks to Scott. To Valos, catches, shoots. And doesn't hit anything. Osborne finds Varley. Been quiet tonight. Back to Crombie. Double teamed. Varley goes rip drive, stops, gets fouled. Valos doesn't like the call. Foul will be on number 2, Emily Valos. That'll be her second foul. Sending Georgia Varley to the line for 2. Georgia Varley, nice little stat line here just before the free throws. 9 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals, with just the 1 turnover. So, very handy with the ball tonight, George Varley. She makes the second, and that'll put her to double digits. As a little bit of confusion on the court here. So, looking to get started again. Knight, Valos. Looking to go downhill, stopped by Howard.
Oh, the length again.
Skip pass, just gets through. Knight gets the ring. Nice little finish there by Jade Knight. Opens her scoring account.
Step through 3 Bellarine players, finished nicely. Interesting, Camberwell's gone to a 2-3 zone here just to try and clog everything up inside a little bit. So you see how Bellarine adjusts that.
Varley catches, shoots. Oh, can't get the shooters roll. Retstadt to Crombie. Lets it fly from quarter court, sorry, not three-quarter court. Varley downhill, bounce pass to Howard, short corner. So the Storm with 3 offensive rebounds in a row. Varley finds Crombie, has another go, and finally connects after 3 offensive rebounds. Jamie Crombie hits her second 3 for the game. Scott finds Pickering, lets it fly, jams in the side of the ring. Retstadt, the oversized point guard. Varley finds Crombie. Nice little step through, finds Retstadt. Great pass there by Jamie Crombie, finds Retstadt. Up to 15 points. 7 from 7 from the free throw line. So having a nice night out.
Cut.
Great cut there by Emily Valos. Great vision by Emily Pickering. I'm getting names so wrong right now, and I apologise. Varley to Crombie. Retstadt. Little hop to Varley. Pass wasn't quick enough. Crombie in that same spot. She's just hit one. Can't get a roll. Ball in dispute. Little jump ball. Substitutions for both teams. Armstrong and Straight checking in for the Storm. Varley and Retstadt checking out. And we'll see Pickering, Valos and Sumskis check out for the Dragons. And Whitehouse, Smith and I believe Moran checking back in for the game. So it'll be a Dragons ball. Knight finds Whitehouse in the paint. Finishes over 2 players. She's up to double digits. Margin 30 points. Crombie downhill over to Scott.
Nicely done defensively.
As Scott gets the block but can't control the ball.
Yeah, unlucky not to get rewarded there. Great D, great hands, great block. Just couldn't quite capitalise on the work.
So Coach Sanderson going to call timeout. Most likely to draw up a little bit of a whiteboard play here, just to get a quick score. Obviously, game bit out of reach now. Still a quarter to go, but a bit out of reach for the Dragons. Promising signs though. We've seen some nice plays from some of the bench players. Obviously, Jade Knight with a nice little finish over the top of a couple of defenders. What's the key for the Dragons for the rest of this game? Do they work on getting through some offensive sets, getting used to it, or do they prepare? Do they have a game tomorrow?
They do. They're playing Warrnambool tomorrow at home. So I think from Camberwell's point of view here, it's how do we get a bit of rhythm back for tomorrow? How do we focus on getting some time into our bench in terms of things? But also look at it going, well, you don't want to give up with a quarter to go. You want to be fighting as best you can, just try and get through a few things. So
obviously, tough matchup. Warrnambool on fire at the moment, beating the ever-strong Wyndham last week by a point. Only lost 2 times in the past few years, both to Bellarine. So,
and now
Warrnambool. So, interesting game tomorrow, but back to this one. Cutting Crombie has the ball. Osborne finds Straight late in the game, 10 seconds. Straight with a little underarm back dish pass to Armstrong.
that's gone.
And Courtney Straight showing off her passing ability. Armstrong up to 9 points. And that'll be the end of the third. So, nice little draw-up play there by Coach Sanderson. And 33-point lead going into the fourth.
I'm going to throw one to you here, Hugh. You do a bit of coaching, don't you, in your time currently?
Oh, a little bit.
A little bit. So if you're the Camberwell coach now, what do you go after? What do you do? What do you focus on?
I think, obviously, big game tomorrow against another tough team. So I think you've obviously a bit out of reach now, getting yourself ready for tomorrow. Obviously, resting some of your key players going into the game and getting that bench ready, like you said. But it's good to see Coach Jeffers trying some new things and experimenting with some plays and defenses. So, but it's ultimately just stem the bleeding. Don't let it get too bad, but don't tire your players out, as you obviously got a game tomorrow.
Yeah, I think it's a very good point of not stemming the bleeding and trying to get the margin as best you can, because obviously head-to-head matters in this league. You don't want to go to the point of giving up too much this time around, because it comes to the point of later in the season you might need that 3-4 points to try and push across it. So
just a quick little stat check. Chantal Hall leading the game for scoring as well, leading the Storm. 16 points, 6 rebounds, 3 steals. Closely followed by Bridget Redstadt, 15 points, 6 rebounds, 6 steals. And then Georgia Varley, only other player in double digits, 10 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals. And for the Dragons, Emily Valos leading the way, 14 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Followed by Emily Whitehouse, 11 points, 2 rebounds, 3 steals. So Bellarine obviously very good with their hands and reading the ball tonight. 15 steals, so it'll be interesting to see how the rest of this game goes. But as we look to get started, lineups for the start of the fourth quarter: Straight, Osborne, Varley, Armstrong and Howard for the Storm, and Knight, Whitehouse, Scott, Smith and Moran for the Dragons. Crombie with a nice overhead pass to Osborne. She converts 2 points.
It's a long 2.
Long 2. High 2 as well. But she's up to 4 points. Moran asks for the screen, doesn't use it. Scott into Smith, who lands in between 3 Storm players and gets the turnover. Osborne to Armstrong, close to Crombie, who's closely guarded by Scott. Osborne fakes the pass, gets it back out to Crombie. Straight, little head fake, backs down. Moran gets Moran on her toes and steps through and finishes. So Courtney Straight up to 8 points. Moran stuck at the top. Scott kicks it into Smith. Tries to go around Vert, doesn't get it up high enough. Armstrong wrestles for the ball. And it'll stay with the Dragons. Make sure if you're not doing anything else tonight, we have a game 2 here. The state champ men take on the Camberwell Dragons as well. So stick around for that if you've got nothing else on.
I believe you got a special guest joining you for that game.
I do have a special guest. I'm not going to reveal it because people have to come and watch. But I'm very excited about this special guest, actually. So we'll have to wait and see.
You got some hints over the fourth quarter?
I might. As Osborne kicks it to Howard, who kicks it to Crombie. Finds Straight, putting the moves on Knight. Gets clogged up in the key. Crombie loses control. Scott comes up with it. Just slows the pace. Finds Smith. He gets blocked by Crombie. So a bit of a fast-paced basketball at the moment. Ooh, Osborne tries
a little bit cute with it.
Tries to wrap it around the back.
I don't know if she's trying to wrap it around or whether she just lost control of it. But if she'd made it, it would have looked pretty good.
It would have looked very nice. As the youngster Lucy Howard checks out. And we'll see Redstadt check back in. Whitehouse. Kicks to Knight, back to Whitehouse.
Oh.
Catches, shoots, and lets it fly. She now leads the scoring for the Dragons, up to 16. Osborne doubled. He gets it off to Redstadt. Armstrong. Redstadt goes jumping through the key. Crombie thought about it. Instead uses the screen, kicks it out to Osborne. Loses control. 3 players dive on the ball.
She did well to get back in on that one. It's like she tried to pass the ball but left the ball behind, and then somehow got herself back in and dived on it. So,
as bit of confusion here on the court.
like everyone's got a bit of confusion of what's called here.
I believe it will be a jump ball.
I think it is Bellarine ball in terms of it. Yeah, Crombie's effort there to get back in terms of leaving the ball behind and going, nah, I'm not going to let that turn over. I'm going to jump on it. Just shows the effort that this team has in terms of the depth they've got. It's every single one of them fights for the ball, wants the ball. It's not a matter of, oh, it's your job. It's our job to go and get the loose ball.
And obviously with such a deep bench, everyone's fighting for minutes here. Everyone's played over 10 minutes this game. So everyone's fighting for minutes in this team. So obviously you play well, you stay on the court. Coach Sanderson?
Yeah, if you are Coach Sanderson on that, it's who can you trust to do what you need to do. Like close games in terms of it.
Richard Redstad just muscles her way around almost all of the Camberwell players and will convert and go to the line for one more. But obviously such a deep bench. Coach Sanderson's got so many options, so many different lineups. So little hustle plays like that will get you in the good books with Coach Sanderson.
Yep, you get a few minutes here and there just by doing that. You earn it. You earn the trust of your teammates as well at the same time. They want you on the court in terms of getting close.
As Redstack converts the M1. Valos to Moran. Back to Valos. Pulls up off the side. Crombie looking to push the floor. Little bit hot. Redstack come up with the save the ball, but Armstrong just tripped over a little. I think the line's a little bit up there. We'll just have to get Coach Sanderson to check that quickly. But just over 7 minutes to go here. Storm with a comfortable 37-point lead. Patton kicks out to Whitehouse. Off the back of the ring, Armstrong comes up with a rebound. Finds Osborne. Back to Armstrong, who's got the whole left side of the court to her disposal. Draws the contact. She'll go to the line for two. Foul will be on number 21, Rachel Smith. That'll be her third personal. Bellarine shooting at a very nice clip from the free throw line, 19 of 22. As I believe we'll have a substitution here, a little bit of a blood rule. Well, she has blood on her somewhere. Don't know what's going on here, but
I don't think she thinks it's hers. There might be someone else's out of there.
But Armstrong converts the first. And the second, so she's up to double digits. Whitehouse hands it off to Valos, who beats straight. Great defense there by Crombie. Could have been a foul. And the Storm push the floor. Redstack finds Crombie. Extra pass to Straight.
Oh, the handles.
Uses the screen. Armstrong hasn't been bad from three. Finds Crombie. Extra pass to Redstack. They attack the middle again. Armstrong tried to catch the ball. Couldn't take it with her. Crombie late in the shot clock. Tried to throw it up.
She's got a little bit more time than she realised there in terms of that shot. Get it away in terms of keep fighting for it. The ball movement there, fantastic from Bellarine's point of view. Defensively, Camberwell scrambling to get to everything. So from both teams there, great effort.
Kept attacking the rim, kept finding the kick out pass. As Moran finds Patton, gets a nice spin move, and can't convert. So just under 6 minutes to go. Armstrong finds Straight. Back to Armstrong, catches. Oh, foot was on the line. Charlotte Armstrong turning it on again. I reckon she likes playing at home, Dave. I vaguely remember back to last week, not last week, the week before. Charlotte Armstrong had a very good game as she comes up with the stop.
Yeah, but what player doesn't like playing at home, Hugh?
I know. I mean, oh, sorry. I mean, as I wouldn't know because I don't play. As we see
Oh, finish on the buzzer. The points. No, they waved it off.
Wow. Tough call there. As I have a feeling Rebecca Horvath got that off in time. And a bit of a shock there from not only the Camberwell bench, but the Storm bench. So, a bit of an interesting one there. We don't have instant replay, so we can't go back and watch it. But Varley checks back in. Bit of a too high. Armstrong downhill. Gets blocked, but it'll be a foul on number 12, Rebecca Horvath. Do you reckon she's related to Chantal Horvath?
That's a great question here. We'll find out.
I can. I don't think she is, but we'll find out. As Armstrong misses the first. Makes the second. I don't know where I'm going to find information like that, so
We'll leave that one for a later one.
that will be a later one. As Whitehouse finds Patton to Velos. Screen from Burrows. Velos kicks it over. And a nice little finish there from Horvath over the top of her head. Crombie finds Armstrong.
Crombie. I don't think
Varley.
Jamie Crombie's going to be too happy with that one, mate.
Varley.
Or Georgia Varley.
Varley finds Armstrong
The
under
vision.
the ring. I apologise, Georgia Varley and Jamie Crombie. Sure, I'll hear about it. Valos over the top of Armstrong.
Tough finish.
Can't get
Great
to convert. Horvath in there again.
Still fighting.
There's a little bit of push and shove there between Retstadt and Valos. And the referees couldn't decide who it was out on, so it'll be a jump ball. Staying with Camberwell. Good to see there's still some intensity in this game. Obviously a 42-point lead here for the Storm.
Yeah, you want to keep the fight going. You don't want to go to the point of being cautious about not going too hard and injuring for tomorrow. That was hard on the first game of a double.
As Valos gets a nice little short corner jump shot to drop. Crombie into Armstrong. Faces up. Finds Varley. Gets Whitehouse flying. Can't convert. Retstadt in there. Gets a touch to Varley. Armstrong. She's done it all night. No luck this time. Whitehouse comes up with a rebound. Nice little dish to Burrows. Nice little play there from the Dragons. As the Storm come right back at them. Point guard Retstadt. Very big point guard. Nice little dish to Straight. Gets hit. No luck.
Again.
Retstadt gets a hand on the ball. Whitehouse, catch, shoot. Nothing. Varley with the rebound. Straight, taking on Burrows. Great defense there by Anna Burrows. And ultimately, it'll be a block to her. We'll see a substitution here for the Storm. Crombie, Retstadt and Straight checking out, and Howard, Vert and Hall checking back in. So obviously late in the fourth quarter here. Valos off the ring. Varley pushing the floor. Pulls out. Finds Lucy Howard under the ring with a nice little reverse finish.
And a great find there from Georgia Varley.
Great cut as well from the youngster Lucy Howard. And she opens her scoring account for tonight. Or she might have 4 actually, sorry.
I think she got one early on the second quarter, mate.
She did. Patton taking on the tall timber, splits the gap, and a nice little finish by the smallest player on the court between the two tallest players on the court.
So it doesn't matter when you can slip through like that.
Vert, stuck at the top, finds Howard. Tries to go downhill against Valos. She'll receive the foul. Number 4, Emily Valos. Eleni Valos. As we see a mass substitution for the Dragons. as everyone but Eleni Valos checks out, and Knight, Sumskus, Scott, and Pickering check in. Foul on
Chantal Hall.
number 3, Chantal Hall. Tried to dive on the ball. That'll be her third. So just under 2 minutes to go here at Storm HQ. Bellarine will look to win comfortably here as Pickering finds a cutting Valos over the top of Hall.
And one finish.
Great finish there. Hall got there too late. Valos took the contact and will head to the line for one more. Foul will be on number 3, Chantal Hall. That'll be her 4th. I don't think she'll be too worried about that. Valos converts. She's up to 17 points for the game, and she'll get subbed out. And we'll see number 21, Rachel Smith, check back in. Varley pushing the floor against a much bigger Scott. Finds Vert, who beats Smith off the drive, gets the unlucky roll. Hall finds Varley, catches, shoots off the front of the iron. Hall with another rebound. Varley cutting. Varley everywhere, can't convert. Hall
again
with another rebound. And Varley, both her misses just then, off the same spot. Hall with potentially 3 offensive rebounds. Varley to inbound, to Vert. Gets bumped, loses control, but still has the ball. Hall just putting on a show.
In the spin cycle. Finds a way through.
She's up to 18 points for the game. Knight, left wide open, catches, shoots.
Lovely shot.
Jade Knight, up to 5 points. So the Dragons not going away. Only under a minute to go now here in this game. Howard tries to get through Pickering, draws a foul. That'll be her second, and that'll send Lucy Howard to the line for 2. As the Dragons are over the limit. Howard makes the first. And the second. 52 seconds to go here in the game. Knight. Stolen by Varley. Couldn't get the ball back, so Knight takes it with her. Scott in the corner. Given space. Catches, shoots. No luck. Smith comes up with a rebound. Forces a contact. And... oh. Thought that might have been on number 3, Chantal Hall, but she snuck away with that one, and
I think she feels it was that way too.
I reckon she did too. Charlotte Armstrong comes up with the foul. Smith at the line, misses the first. Still 2 possessions left in this game. Smith can't get the second. Armstrong with the strong rebound. Oh, I did it again. Vert. To Howard, to Varley. Hall fighting under the ring. Varley putting the moves on. Vert catches. Can't convert. Sumskus with the big rebound.
That one she got.
Gets fouled, and that foul will be on number 3, Chantal Hall. And with 16 seconds left, Chantal Hall will take a break. And I don't think Coach Sanderson realises that Chantal Hall's got 5 fouls.
No, I think he does. I think he's just taking his time in terms of go through. I mean, 15 seconds to go, 16 seconds to go.
And
waiting for the bench to call it.
I believe Courtney Strait just got forced onto the court then. No one wanted to go on, and Jamie Crombie just turned to her and said, "You're on." As could have been a miscommunication. Pickering to Scott. We'll look to get it up before the game ends. No luck, and that is game, ladies and gentlemen. the Bellarine Storm with a comfortable 89-53 win. Obviously, was close in the first quarter, but then the Storm just took away and finished the game off, led by Chantal Hall and Bridget Retstadt, 18 points each. Chantal Hall, 18 points, 9 rebounds, 3 steals. Retstadt, 18 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 steals. Armstrong off the bench, 17 points, 8 rebounds. And for the Dragons, number 4, Eleni Valos, turned it on in the fourth quarter, 19 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Closely followed behind Emily Whitehouse, 16 points, 3 rebounds, 4 steals. But as we round up game 1 of our state champs doubleheader, thanks for joining us, Dave. Pleasure to have you. We'll have you back anytime. And make sure you don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen, as we have a state champ men's matchup starting 7:30 here at Storm HQ. Thank you, Dave.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for having me.
And have a good night, everyone. See ya.
So I'm going to get through on BigV.
Oh, yeah.
Busy
Can't
ass.
come to it.
We got barbecue chicken,
Yeah.
and I got the country special.
Oh, yes.
No mushrooms, no country.
That's all right.
We didn't have any mushrooms.
Looks like a lead.
If I live like 21, 22. Spin the block twice like it ain't no little car. You know what I miss?
Mike's on.
Yeah.
Saxon, no sound? No sound?
You can tell. If that's
Oh,
not
yeah,
going,
true.
there's no sound.
Had a very interesting chat with Master Jeffers.
Yeah.
Who's that? Is it?
The league manager last year.
Yeah.
What? Power Jeffers. Are they?
Huh?
Tower Jeffers.
Daughter?
Sister.
Sister. Yeah. Anyways, yep, go on.